Well, DTZ is now Cushman and Wakefield, and it's all part of a $2 billion merger that closed in September to create one of the world's largest commercial real estate service firms. Cushman and Wakefield Vice President of Research, Jason Tolliver, continues to be our go-to guy for commercial real estate. He's here with a look now at third quarter market activity. And Jason, as always, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Gary.
A new name, we should mention it off the top. You're now Cushman and Wakefield, $2 billion merger. This has created a big company.
It has. You know, it's been an exceptional year for us. I mean, I really thought earlier in the year when we merged and became DTZ that I'd spend the balance of the career really working for that firm. But to look at the organization now, to retain the iconic Cushman and Wakefield name and have a footprint really in 60 countries around the world, it's fantastic. Really allows us the ability to service a client in a single location or multiple locations around the globe. So.
All right, let's zero in on market activity in Indianapolis and also around the state of Indiana. Already been pretty much a banner year for commercial real estate. As we were talking off camera, statewide vacancy rate for all commercial property now below pre-recession levels.
Right, so we thought it was going to be a really strong year, but was pleasantly surprised just really at 3/4 of the way through the year already, we surpassed prior year growth. So, you know, there's no question that it's going to end the year as one of the top years on record, and I think now the question becomes, what will the years ahead look like? How long will this cycle of expansion run?
All right, let's look at some of the sectors. The office market, which went through some very difficult years during the recession and just after, but that's in the rearview mirror now.
Yeah, it really is. You know, the office recovery has been pretty bumpy. There's no question about that, but we're really seeing demand numbers now that you only get to if you really have growth spread throughout the state. So it was really predominantly those major cities that were driving growth. Now you're seeing it everywhere, and you're also seeing growth now in the central business districts, which is a little bit different than what we saw early in the recovery.
Yeah, we're looking at Cummins' new divisional headquarters in downtown Indianapolis, but you're seeing this strength in urban cores, not just here in Indianapolis, but in Fort Wayne and other places.
Right, so you look at Indianapolis and Fort Wayne precisely are the two that are driving that, but you look around the country at what either is happening now or what the city planners are in the stages of setting up. So think of Evansville, for instance. There's just a lot that's really driving that urban core. It's that live, work, play balance that's really setting the stage.
And technology is really becoming to be a big deal in the office sector.
It has been. You know, we've talked about that for a series of years, but we never really saw it move the needle that much in commercial real estate, and that's changing pretty dramatically now, where we're seeing an increase in the number of tenants that are coming in from the technology sector, plus the amount of space they're taking. Huge driver, and is really great for the diversity, which is going to be really, really important the longer we go into the cycle.
You look at companies like Aperio and Emarsis, and these companies putting headquarters operations here. And as you look going forward, you see that continuing to be a factor?
I do, and I think the work of great groups like TechPoint really help establish what I think is a really important principle, and that's success begets success. So they're getting a really critical cluster here, and I do think that it's going to continue.
I want to touch on very quickly the industrial market, manufacturing, Subaru of Indiana, automotive, among others, expanding.
Subaru, Rolls-Royce, probably two of the biggest stories that came out of the quarter. Manufacturing continues to drive demands. You know, we are seeing a little bit of softening in that sector, which we want to watch pretty closely. Not unexpected, but I think could impact the trends in the future.
How about retail? You say the spending consumer has returned. Who do you think will be growing retailers in 2016?
I think a lot of the same retailers that we've seen, so both into the spectrum, your discount retailers, your more premium brands. If you make hamburgers or pizza, it's a good time to be in retail because there's a lot of those concepts that are expanding. But I think with what we're seeing in the economy, the fact that consumers are back, it's good to be a retailer this holiday.
And let's talk about the holiday and the retail forecasts.
Yeah, we think we have forecast sales of around 4, maybe 4.2% for the holiday season. I've seen some that are a little bit more bullish, some that are more conservative, but I think it's going to be a really solid year for retail.
As always, a great wrap up and look at commercial real estate. Jason Tolliver, Cushman & Wakefield, thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
All right.